Bowerman, and I'm a senior attorney at the National Law Center on Homelessness and Poverty, located in D.C. We're the nation's only legal organization that is dedicated to preventing and ending homelessness in America. Our organization has been tracking the failure of criminalization policies for 20 years. And I'm here to tell you that the issues before you today are not unique to Colorado. Cities across the country are dealing with this issue, and I'm hoping that my testimony today can provide some national context and allow you the benefit of the hard lessons learned by communities that have attempted to arrest their way out of homelessness and failed their entire communities in the process. Millions of Americans across the country are finding that they cannot afford the rising cost of housing. There are not sufficient shelter beds to meet their needs, and they are left with no other option but to live in public places. These are our veterans, our domestic violence survivors, families with young school-aged children. Cities, often responding to pressure from business interests who are concerned about what visible homelessness means to their bottom lines, homeowners who are concerned about what visible homelessness means to their safety and to their home values, legitimate concerns. Talk to their lawmakers and ask that they turn to law enforcement to remove visibly homeless people from public places. But the data and the experience from these cities across the country have shown that these laws do not work. They are expensive, they're unconstitutional, and they don't represent the best policy solutions available to communities to meet the needs of every constituent. Criminalizing homelessness does not address the underlying causes of homelessness. Taking a homeless person from a public place, hiding them temporarily in a jail cell to release them to the same streets with the same lack of options, only now with criminal records that may make it impossible for them to secure employment in the private market, to rent an apartment in the private market, or make them ineligible for federally subsidized housing, only entrenches and worsens the problem. That is what leads to increased visible homelessness in a community. All the community suffers, in part because their tax dollars are wasted. These laws are expensive. Studies from Washington State to California, New York to Florida have shown that millions of taxpayer dollars are being wasted on this criminalization strategy that does not work. In fact, criminalization is the most expensive strategy, and the much cheaper and cost-effective strategy is to provide housing. The national data shows that housing is 2 to 3 times cheaper. It also exposes cities to expensive litigation. There was some discussion earlier about litigation if this law is enacted. Cities are vulnerable to litigation now. The Department of Justice filed a statement of interest brief in one of our cases challenging an anti-camping ban in Boise, Idaho, and it made clear the federal government's position that criminalizing the unavoidable activities of a human person sleeping in public when they have no other option is a violation of the 8th Amendment.
Thank you so very much for lending voice to this topic. We're going to open it up for questions. Questions, members? Representative Clinton.
Could you please finish your thought about the 8th Amendment?
Thank you very much. It's a violation of the 8th Amendment's prohibition against cruel and unusual punishment. The Department of Justice has made very clear that is the federal government's position. Not only are they encouraging use of the brief in future litigation, and it's already seen some positive results, but they're asking communities to submit complaints to the Justice Department when communities criminalize resting activities of homeless people in public places. This is part of a broader issue surrounding criminal justice reform that has broad-based bipartisan support. It will be the focus, it's certainly the focus of the Obama administration. It will continue to be the focus of future administrations.
Representative Lepson.
That was my question, Madam Chair.